Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review, or should I say Indiana Jones Review, as today I'm reviewing Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, which was directed by Steven Spielberg and written by Jeffrey Boehm, with a story by George Lucas and Menno Meyjes, and stars Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones and Sean Connery as Henry Jones Sr., and was released on May 24th, 1989. Which I really love this movie a lot. Kind of like Temple of Doom. It is definitely a different movie than Raiders of the Lost Ark. But, I would definitely say it is more similar to Raiders of the Lost Ark than Temple of Doom is. But, I mainly say that because Last Crusade is definitely a lot more comedic than the first two. Sometimes that's not always a good thing, but it works extremely well. In fact, it's the reason why I love this movie as much as I do. But that's mainly just because of Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. Really every single scene, they're together is just, so funny and just wonderful. I just love their chemistry together and whatnot. But even though I think them together is great comedically, I do think there's some really great, more dramatic moments also with them. Seeing, their relationship kind of grow throughout the film after being, estranged for several years. I it's a long time, I think. That's what they say, but kind of seeing them, come together and kind of grow their bond together as a father and son is great, and I just really love it. Definitely in, really the ending of the movie, I just, love so much Indy going to get the Holy Grail to save, Henry Sr.'s life. And then probably my favorite moment from the movie is when Indy's trying to grab it, but Henry Sr., tells him to just let it go and, calls him Indiana after calling him Junior throughout the film. But also, kind of moment for Henry Sr. also kind of spent all of his life looking for the Holy Grail. I just really love that moment and whatnot. And, just everything about the father-son relationship throughout the film. And, obviously it's definitely because of how well Ford and Connery play off each other. But like I said, this one is definitely a lot more comedic than the other ones, which there's several great comedic moments. Really, most of the moments with Sean Connery, I really love. Which one of my favorites is when it's kind of alluded to that, he might have had a romantic relationship with the female lead, Elsa Schneider, which we know Indy himself also did. So I find that moment really funny. But some other moments, like early in the movie, we see Indy, teaching, and he says, X never marks a spot. But then later, when in Venice at the church/library place, X does mark the spot, and he's like, oh, X marks the spot. I just really love that moment and the foreshadowing there of that joke. But one of the best jokes in the movie, which is also one of the best cuts in the movie, is Indy talking about Brody and how Brody, knows several languages and will easily disappear and whatnot, which, he's saying this very super seriously, and then it cuts over to Brody being the exact opposite, which is just great. That's probably my favorite comedic moment from the movie. But, there's a bunch of great comedic moments. But, while still having the other stuff we made the other Indy films great, just the fun adventureness of it, great action scenes, a MacGuffin. But, also I do feel like there's definitely some more solid dramatic moments too in the movie also. But, this time the MacGuffin or treasure is the Holy Grail, which is obviously based off of, kind of like the Ark of the Covenant, based off of a believed to be real artifact, at least, and both of them are, religious artifacts. But this time with it, I kind of, enjoyed more what it kind of meant to the characters, I guess. Kind of how the Holy Grail has affected, Indy and Henry Sr.'s relationship, which, I already kind of talked about it, but really, even though the movie was about them finding the Holy Grail, it was also kind of them as, father and son kind of finding each other, I guess, their bond. I don't know exactly how to put it, but that's what I really think the movie's, treasure truly is that them finding each other through the Holy Grail, I guess. But I've mainly just talked about, Indy and Henry Sr. so far, but obviously there was several other characters, obviously some returning from previous ones, like Sala and Brody from Raiders, which, Sala continued to be fun to watch, and obviously Brody gets a lot more screen time, this time, and so we learn more about him, and, I like how he's, someone's really not, up for the adventure they go on. So I enjoyed that. But also the villains, Walter Donovan and Dr. Elsa Schneider, which I enjoyed them as villains. Obviously, also the female kind of lead of the movie, and the love interest character for Indy, which I like how she betrays him and whatnot. And obviously, I guess Walter Donovan does also, which Donovan was played by Julian Glover, who played the character of Veers or General Veers in The Empire Strikes Back, even though that's a very brief role. But I really, really like him as the villain in this movie. I do wish Glover was maybe in more movies. At least I haven't really seen much with him in it. Really, the only things I can think of is this and The Empire Strikes Back, and he's barely a character in The Empire Strikes Back because I think he portrays the the Indiana Jones villain greatly in this movie. But just like the previous films, it obviously has a cold open, which this time it's a flashback where we see Indy when he's younger, played by River Phoenix instead, which he's an actor who passed away at such a young age. Could have had so many great roles with him, because I really like him as Indy in this prologue to the movie. But it does a bunch of kind of tropey things, flashback type stuff. We kind of see Indy, a bunch of things we know about Indy happen, how he gets scared of snakes, using a whip for the first time, which gives him the scar on his chin, getting the fedora, and all that. Obviously, that stuff can most of the time be stupid, but it kind of just works in this, and I really enjoy it. Which another cut I really like is at the end of the end of the flashback part of it, when the older treasure hunter gives Indy the fedora, and it kind of cuts to the more present day with Indy on the boat getting the cross thingy back from the guy who bought it beforehand. The cut there is so great. I really love that one. Obviously, also the score from John Williams is great. Like usual, I really, really love the main Last Crusade theme, I guess. I don't know what the exact name is. I guess also kind of like the Henry Sr. theme. Like in King of the Crystal Skull, it's kind of used in that way also. But I really, really love it. One of my favorite themes from Williams. What's not just Indy, but everything he's done. I really love it. So yeah, but I really don't have anything negative to say about The Last Crusade. The only thing is that I think Raiders is just better, but this movie is damn near close to it. It's just a lot like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Just about everything works for me. I just love it to death. So yeah, but I don't really have much else to say. So, my grade, I'm going to give it an A++. So yeah, but that's gonna be it for this one. I'll have a review of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull out next. I am very behind on these reviews. My Kingdom of the Crystal Skull review probably won't come out till like Dial of Destiny's probably already out by the time maybe even this review goes up. I just kind of got a little bit behind on these reviews, but obviously, probably Saturday or Sunday I'll have a review of Dial of Destiny up, so you can check that out also. But you can check out my reviews on Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom beforehand. But that's going to be for this one. I've been Star Wars / Indiana Jones review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.